to see the whole picture. That's why Live Viper 6 gives you the Skyview network. Get a live view of traffic and weather from all over the CSRA. Available online 24 hours a day at WJBF.com and the free Live Viper 6 mobile app. The WJBF Live Viper 6 Skyview network. Powered by Terry Lambert Hyundai. Low prices, big selection, and committed to quality customer service.
While everyone else is in vacation mode,
Guys, what are you doing? We have guests coming.
well, we have a chair for them. Live is just heating up.
Hot pot.
With sizzling stars. And fiery competition. And a blazing good time. Only on the #1 entertainment talk show. Live with Kelly and Mark.
Kelman, can you move a little to the right?
Weekday mornings at 9 on News Channel 6.
News Channel 6 and United Way of the CSRA teamed up to Stuff the Bus, collecting much-needed school supplies for local students. Thank you for giving your best this school year. We couldn't do it without your support. Good Morning Augusta, weekday mornings on News Channel 6.
Car crashes, truck wrecks,
motorcycle accidents,
work injuries, nursing home negligence.
disability.
If you need legal help, the SYNC team is ready to fight for you. Think SYNC. Think SYNC. Think SYNC.
Get clear, accurate stories that don't waste your time at WJBF.com.
Now on News Channel 6 at 5, preparing for the worst in Richmond County.
How leaders are getting ready to protect children just in case of an emergency. Your news at 5 starts now.
Live from Television Park, this is WJBF News Channel 6 at 5.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Brad Means.
And I'm Jenny Montgomery. Thank you for joining us. Coverage you can count on begins with Augusta leaders looking at delaying the decision on data centers. Commissioners debating the proposed new ordinance that restricts centers to heavy industrial areas and calls for buffer zones and sets noise limits to protect neighbors. City leaders hearing from nearly a dozen residents, asking them to hold off on approving new rules to allow for possible changes.
So I think the best thing for us to do is to put a halt to things so we can gather more information. We're going to do a trip to Atlanta on August the 3rd to tour a data center, get more information on it. The more information, the more informed we are, the better decisions that we can make.
Dr. Gayla Keith called on commissioners to do their own research on data centers and not just rely on what they learn on their visit next month.
Well, Richmond County School System police officers staying busy as they get set for the new school year. Their County School System police officers staying busy as they get set for the new school year. They're preparing for emergencies that could happen on a school bus. News Channel 6's Jartavius Edmond reports.
Behind me, officers are working through situations they hope never happen for real. Today's training gave Richmond County School System Police a chance to practice how they will respond to an emergency on a school bus with the help from the Department of Homeland Security. The training moved from the classroom to the bus.
The more you train, the less you bleed in the street.
Where officers put their skills to the test, working through different scenarios.
But
They practice how to communicate, move through the bus, and respond while protecting both students and the driver.
So on a school bus, you're dealing with a confined area, restricted space. There's a little more challenges involved in handling situations in that confined space while also keeping the students and the bus drivers safe.
Officers say they hope they never have to use what they practiced today, but they believe training ahead of the school year is the best way to be ready if the unthinkable happens. In Augusta, Jartavius Edmond, WJBF, News Channel 6.
It is time now for a first check of the weather.
And Jenna standing by on another very busy afternoon.
Yeah, another hot day for sure with those isolated showers and storms across the CSRA, really only impacting our western counties at this time. You can see as we zoom into McDuffie, Warren, Tolliver, down to Glasscock and Hancock, we have tiny little showers here and there, nothing significant. And this is our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam in Thompson. You can see those cumulonimbus clouds in the distance. Winds are coming out of the south, pumping in lots of moisture and bringing us the warmth today. 15 miles per hour in Aiken, 11 in Edgefield and Saluda, 9 in Augusta with a high of around 93 degrees today, 92 in Aiken. So low to mid 90s is where we're topping off today. 92 in Gibson, 94 in Lincolnton, and then Sandersville in those upper 80s. And with dew points high in the 70s, it's feeling like around 100 degrees in Augusta. That heat index now up to 104 in both Evans and Saluda. And you can see for the rest of our evening, most of us staying dry, still some hit or miss isolated showers, not expecting any severe weather. Then as we look at those temperatures, we'll be in the mid 80s by 9 o'clock tonight with that southwest breeze. As we look ahead to the next few days, rain chances are still very limited at 20% for Wednesday. Then an approaching cold front will increase our rain chances as we go into the end of the week. I'll have all the details with your Futurecast coming up, but back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Jenna. 2 teenagers are facing charges in a McCormick County murder. It happened yesterday at a boat dock in Modoc, South Carolina. Investigators say 17-year-old Landon Moore and a 16-year-old got into a fight with 13-year-old Daryl Lowry. During the fight, Lowry was cut with a knife and held underwater until he died. Moore is charged with murder. No word on the charges against the 16-year-old. What a horrible story. Hurricane season is here, and Dominion Energy says preparation starts long before a storm ever develops. Aiken Bureau Chief Sean Cabbage-Talk has more.
We know that electricity is not a luxury, that it is a requirement for customers in our service territory.
The work to keep the power on during a storm starts long before it arrives. For Dominion Energy, preparation is a year-round effort.
We want to make sure that the trees are trimmed appropriately. We trim them on a 5-year cycle to make sure that they are not going to impact our facilities in any more dramatic fashion than they must during a storm.
But leaders say no amount of preparation can eliminate the threat. Hurricane Helene was a reminder for the CSRA.
Hurricane Helene came well inland, and the most heavily hit area was right here in the CSRA. It affected extremely by the number of trees that came down.
Dominion says lessons from Helene are driving power grid upgrades designed to help crews respond faster when outages happen.
Both from hardening of the system with upgraded poles, wire, infrastructure, but also with that technology that allows us to respond in a very efficient and a manner.
It's going to be all hands on deck, and crews will be ready to respond.
Dominion is preparing its crews. Neighbors should prepare too by having plans and storm kits ready.
Making sure that those storm kits have things like medication, bottled water, non-perishable food items, battery packs, important electronics, things like that that they'll need to grab in case there is a storm.
The message from officials:
you never should be complacent.
Dominion encourages customers to use its mobile app for outage updates and alerts. In Aiken County, I'm Aiken Bureau Chief Sean Cabbage-Talk, WJBF News Channel 6.
Richmond County investigators are looking into the stabbing of a toddler. The mother, Veronica Bouquet, is in jail accused of stabbing her 2-year-old child. They say it happened on Pfister Court last night. The child taken to the hospital with critical injuries. No word on his condition today. We'll continue to follow this developing story.
The city of Millen is receiving more than $454,000 in state funding to improve pedestrian safety along Old Waynesboro Road. The project will add about 2,100 feet of new sidewalk and new curbing to improve drainage. City Manager Jeff Brantley says nearly 50 people live along the construction zone, and the improvements are designed to make it safer for them to walk through the area. He says some students cross nearby railroad tracks to get to school because there is no continuous sidewalk. The project area also has no stop signs, creating additional safety concerns for pedestrians.
As I said before, it runs parallel to the railroad tracks, and there's a lot of foot traffic crossing the railroad tracks. We're trying to keep them off the tracks for safety reasons.
Brantley says the city's been working to secure funding for the project for about 3 years. He expects that project to be finished by October of 2027.
A local organization is once again giving back. Dr. Beth Newton started the nonprofit Something for Alex to honor her son who was killed in a home invasion in 2016. They hold so many projects just to help others. And there they are today, preparing hot meals, blessing bags filled with food, and even hosting a blood donation drive. It's at the McDuffie Achievement Center parking lot on Main Street in Thompson, and it is going well.
There's two ways you can handle it. You can either go negative or try to turn it into a positive thing. And that's what we try to do at Something for Alex Charities, is to look at the bright side, see the good in people, and to give back and to kind of raise the community up together.
But there are not a whole lot of resources in our community for the month of July. So the Newton family wanted to help out this month in July to feed families. And so we just, the county is all in favor and very supportive of this.
Way to go. Something for Alex. The event runs until 6 p.m. Shepherd Blood Center is donating $20, by the way, for every donation. So that nonprofit will benefit from you giving the gift of life.
It's been nearly a week since Atlanta hosted its final FIFA World Cup match, and now federal and state officials cleaning up South Carolina waterways.
We're going to hear from several groups working to remove old boats. Next.
Millionaire is models.
You can't always choose the weather, but you can choose your weather app. Go with the most accurate and most trusted, the Live Viper 6 mobile app. Download it today.
Be the first to know with the Live Viper 6 mobile app.
Count on the Live Viper 6 Neighborhood Network, powered by Tempest.
South Carolina leaders celebrating a recent milestone, the removal of all derelict vessels from low-country waterways.
And now that those boats are taken care of, DNR turning its attention to a different problem. Here's Katie Fongbangza.
It is not just a problem in the waters, it is actually a problem at the docks.
After removing hundreds of derelict and abandoned vessels from low-country waterways, the State Department of Natural Resources, the Department of Environmental Services, and Wounded Nature Working Veterans are turning their attention to cleaning up marinas.
I'd say up and down the coast, we probably have maybe as many as 400 boats that are facing issues where they might not be able to obtain insurance in the future. And if all those boats migrate out of the marinas into our waterways, we'll be right back where we started from.
Marina owners and managers say while some of the boats are abandoned, others are occupied, sometimes with people living on board, causing a major safety issue.
People that have started to live in these boats, and the poor living conditions that they see. And some of the marina operators here today express how they had seen families, children living on these boats with no running water, with no toilet.
State Representative Tom Hartnett worked to pass a bill that would classify these boats under the Abandoned and Derelict Vessel Act, which would have increased penalties for owners and given DNR more authority to remove them. But it was killed in the Senate. He says now it's back to the drawing board as he works to keep our low-country waters clean and force people to take accountability for their property.
We're trying to find ways where we can put the onus more on the boat owner and be able to remove these abandoned and neglected vessels before they become an environmental hazard.
Mostly dry conditions through Wednesday, but then those rain chances will really rise Thursday from Saturday with the chance of some flash flooding and storms. We'll also have some cooler temperatures, but it will remain humid. I'll have all the details when we return.
You can't always choose the weather, but you can choose your weather app. Go with the most accurate and most trusted, the Live Viper 6 mobile app. Download it today.
A bad thing happened, lawyers.
Now, your most accurate forecast with WJBF Live Viper 6.
Welcome back. The western portion of the CSRA is seeing some isolated showers while the rest of us are completely dry. You can see up near Washington and Wilkes County we have some rain. Also a similar situation in Hancock, Warren, Glasscock, and even northern Jefferson County near Rennes. Just these little pop-up showers, not really even seeing any lightning at this time, so I'm not concerned about severe weather, nothing widespread tonight. But this is our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview Cam, a mix of sun and clouds here at the station as we sit at a toasty 93 degrees, feeling like 100 with dew points in the 70s and a southwest wind of 9 miles per hour. We're at 87 in Sandersville, 93 in Evans, Saluda, you're at 94. Bamberg at 96, and you can see here on satellite and radar that we have a lot going on. So we have high pressure down here in the Gulf. We also have our tropical storm Bertha, and we have a cold front coming in from the north. So this is going to be our setup throughout the week. Bertha will not bring us any direct impacts. However, it is bringing in a lot of moisture with that southerly flow, keeping it humid outside and leading to those isolated shower chances. But tropical storm Bertha is stronger than it was yesterday. Winds are now at 60 miles per hour. It's moving northwest at 6 miles per hour, but soon it's going to start to turn south. And here's the latest track. By tonight, it's already expected to weaken back down the winds of 50 miles per hour, then could be making landfall around the Mississippi Gulf Coast, Louisiana, or even Texas. But at that point, it will be weakening back down to a depression. So notice as we look across the Gulf Coast here, there is that threat of flooding with tropical storm warnings in effect. But once again, no direct impacts to the CSRA, just that increased moisture with dew points sitting in the 70s. So even though we will see a cool down with some cooler temperatures to end the week, it's still going to feel very humid with some higher rain chances. So notice that chance of rain is increasing each day, eventually up to 60% on Saturday. And starting on Thursday is when we'll have to watch for the potential of some flash flooding. Notice the majority of the CSRA is included under that slight risk of excessive rainfall. But here's our futurecast for tonight, tracking those spotty showers in some of our northwestern counties. There's a look at 7:30 this evening. We do have some storms to the south of us. Those could move into our southeastern counties, say Scranton, Allendale, and Bamberg later on this evening, but the rest of us will remain dry, and that will be the case for our Wednesday morning as well. Not expecting any rain to start our Wednesday. Then we'll be tracking that front that'll be moving in, and that could bring us that higher chance of rain, especially by Thursday as this front slowly moves across the region and stalls out. So we'll be watching for that flash flooding threat, the possibility of some storms as well. But for your day tomorrow, we will have some cloud cover starting out in the mid 70s, then getting into the low to mid 90s. And then notice those cooler temperatures down to 90 degrees on Friday, even some upper 80s on Saturday. But remember, it still will be very muggy outside with those high rain chances. On Sunday, the rain chances do go down to 30% as those temperatures start to heat back up. We'll be in the low to mid 90s next week with some sunshine.
All right, Jenna, thanks.
Up next, playing ball across the country.
How one family is seeing every stadium in Major League Baseball, one game at a time.
I've been involved in 2 accidents where the Barnes Law Office has represented me. The staff is professional and they care about your well-being, and they work hard to get you the highest settlement possible. So if you're ever in an accident and you want to get paid, pick up the phone and call the Barnes Law Office.
I'm attorney Latasha Barnes of the Barnes Law Office. If you have been involved in a car or trucking accident, please do not hesitate to call us. We are the women who win.
Did you know replacing your roof can cost tens of thousands of dollars? But what if you could save big money and extend the life of your existing roof by 17 years? Well, now you can with Roof Savers and their patent-pending Renew It 17 roof preservation treatment, which increases roof shingles flexibility, granular adhesion, offers UV protection, and has been lab tested and proven to protect your roof from hail. Call today to see if your roof qualifies for the Roof Savers 3-step process.
Step 1 is a roof tune-up, replacing missing shingles, repairing pop nails, and checking any pipe boots for leaks. Second, a professional soft wash, where we gently wash your roof to remove unsightly black streaks, algae, moss, and organic buildup. Step 3, we apply our patent-pending Renew It 17 formula, adding 17 years of additional life to your roof with just one treatment.
Roof Savers is the only roof preservation company tested and approved by the Wounded Warriors Program.
Before we partnered with Roof Savers, our entire staff, including our scientists, thoroughly evaluated Renew It 17. The Roof Savers preservation treatment with Renew It 17 and its 17-year transferable warranty is remarkable. Roof Savers saved me thousands.
When Roof Savers finished my house, I sent them over to my business partner's house.
He ends up saving $8,000.
Roof Savers was very fair in their estimate. It was very reasonable for what they did, and I'm quite pleased with it.
America's #1 choice for roof preservation is Roof Savers. Save your roof, save your money.
Your most watched local news is getting a big plus.
WJBF 6 Plus, built for the way you watch.
The CSRA's trusted news source, now on demand.
Live Viper 6 weather when it matters most.
Streamed at any time, anywhere.
Plus, it's totally free. No subscription required.
WJBF 6 Plus is ready when you are. Download it free today on your favorite streaming device.
A family from Canada is making a trek to visit every Major League Baseball stadium. They marked number 29 of 30 off their list over the weekend.
Reagan Porter has their story.
We're all chasing the 30th.
This map hangs in Keith Harkness's house in Canada. His family is chasing 30, traveling to all 30 Major League Baseball stadiums.
Last year we were in Miami, Texas, and Atlanta.
On Sunday, the Stadium Chasers hit Stadium 29 of 30, catching a Royals game at the K. Harkness says Royals staff hit it out of the park. The Harkness crew scored a game ball, shirts, and first game certificates.
Kaufman certainly has its character. I've always heard that the Midwest is really, heart of baseball, and people from the Midwest are so nice. We can see that for sure.
It all started about 30 years ago. Harkness and his wife would visit ballparks on holiday. After 20 years, the Stadium Chasers set a goal to hit all 30. Their children joined the team.
I don't remember it, but apparently when I was like 4 or 5 weeks old, I went to Denver.
Of the 29 ballparks he's been to, Camden calls 3 his favorites.
PNC Park in Pittsburgh, San Francisco, Oracle Park. Wrigley's really nice too. In a different way, it's kind of old and the neighborhood's nice.
The family tells me their favorite part about chasing 30 is seeing the different attractions at the cities they visit, including the National World War I Museum and Memorial.
One kind of side effect of this is that we've been able to see almost every North American city and all the attractions from their amusement parks to their museums.
Harkness says the kids pick up a new mini bat at each stadium. The Stadium Chasers plan to attend 2 more Royals games in Kansas City, then travel to finish this map.
Next week, they'll go to a Cardinals game in St. Louis, rounding out their Chasing 30 goal.
That does it for us for this half hour. There is more coverage you can count on at 5:30.
SEC as Secretary Pete Hegseth.
Parting. The Live Viper 6 Skyview Network, sponsored by Terry Lambert Hyundai. Live from Television Park, this is WJBF News Channel 6 at 5:30.
Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. I'm Sean Cabbage Dog. Topping today's headlines, Richmond County School Police are preparing Give us just a second. Sorry about that. We'll get the prompter in just a second. And they're preparing for a data center vote. Also, Dominion Energy held information session about hurricane preparedness. We'll tell you about that as well. And there was also an active shooter event that was preparing folks for the new school year. Officers teaming up with emergencies that could happen on a school bus with the help of the Department of Homeland Security. And hurricane season is underway. Dominion Energy says preparation starts long before a storm develops. The company met with emergency managers and elected leaders to discuss outage response as well as storm preparation. We have those stories and more coming at 6. But first, our coverage in Khan continues with the U.S. and Iran trading.
Washington.
Time for a quick check of the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Jenna Petracci. Hey, Jenna.
Hey Sean, it's mostly dry again today, but I am tracking some isolated showers over in our western counties. So let's take a closer look at that. Nothing significant here. Notice the lightning counter at 0, but over the town of Warrenton, we have some rain in southern McDuffie County and also in Tolliver County and up near Wilkes as well. Very tiny showers. And right now on our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam, a mix of sun and clouds here at Television Park. It's a hot day. Winds are coming out of the south, bringing in the warmth and moisture. 14-mile-per-hour winds in Aiken, a little bit breezy. 12 miles per hour in Edgefield, 11 in Barnwell. The temperatures today are ranging from the low to middle 90s. 93 in Augusta, 92 in Aiken. Bamberg, you're pretty toasty at 96 degrees, but then we actually have some places like Sparta in the upper 80s, 83 even in Sandersville because of that rain that just moved through. It is still humid for all of us, that heat index up to 100 in Augusta and Evans, so below the criteria for a heat advisory, but nonetheless a typical hot July day. You can see for the rest of our evening, keeping it partly cloudy, most of us staying dry, and we'll be in the middle 80s by 9 o'clock. Now, as we look ahead here, I'm still keeping those rain chances very limited for Wednesday. The rain chances are on the rise Thursday and Friday, and then especially on Saturday due to a cold front moving in. I'll have all the details on that coming up, but back to you, Sean.
All right, Jenna, thank you. Well, Republicans are launching.
And here's a look at our current conditions, powered by Tempest right here at Television Park. We're sitting at 94 degrees. It's feeling like 103. Winds are coming in light. Dew points are high in the 70s. And if you want to be a part of our Live Viper 6 neighborhood network powered by Tempest, take a moment now to scan this QR code for more information. We'll be right back.
This gonna be crazy. The weather.
Mobile app at supersavermobile.com.
The weather. It seems like it's always changing. That's why Live Viper 6 is always there. From cloudy days and rainy nights to scorching heat and everything in between, the CSRA's most trusted weather team is always working for you.
It is a Viper 6 alert day as we track severe weather.
So when the weather changes, always stay prepared. Anywhere, anytime. The Live Viper 6 weather team is coverage you can count on for the entire CSRA.
Good morning, Augusta. Weekday mornings on News Channel 6.
Hey there, welcome back. Time to take a look at what's trending. The internet's newest viral sensation is an animal with an unusual appearance. Take a look.
What am I looking at?
Well, meet Jimothy. He is what neighbors are calling this unusual shaped raccoon, believed to be a result of a congenital spinal condition. The woman who shot this video says she thought at first it was a cat, and then after the initial sighting, there's a whole subreddit dedicated to sightings of the animal. It's also inspired fan art and even tattoos. The Odyssey made box office history over the weekend. Jenna has your full forecast after this quick break.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan News Channel 6.
The People's Court, weekday mornings at 10 on News Channel 6.
Follow News Channel 6 on Instagram.
Now, your most accurate forecast with WJBF Live Viper 6.
Welcome back. Here's a look at those current temperatures. We are sitting anywhere from 87 degrees in Sparta up to 97 in Bamberg. So some of our western counties have cooled down a little bit due to some isolated showers nearby. Most of us are still sitting dry. You can see on our satellite and radar that we do have a cold front coming in from the north. We also have Tropical Storm Bertha, and then we have high pressure down in the Gulf, which is helping to steer Bertha. And Bertha is bringing rainfall already to Louisiana. This is our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam over at Grand Isle. Very overcast conditions on the shore there. And you can see the current conditions. Winds are at 60 miles per hour, so it is stronger than it was yesterday. It's still moving northwest at 6 miles per hour, and this is not directly impacting the CSRA, but it is pumping in a lot of moisture, leading to those isolated showers around our area. But this is really going to be impactful across the Gulf Coast with flooding concerns as it continues to track towards the west. Actually, we'll be taking a little bit of a dip down towards the south. The chance of it making landfall in coastal Alabama is now pretty unlikely, but it could be making landfall in coastal Louisiana or even Texas. But at that point, it will be weakening down to a tropical depression. So here's the setup. We have very warm water, which of course helps to fuel these tropical systems, but it's also dealing with wind shear that's coming in from that cold front that is to our north. And then that high pressure, like I mentioned, is going to help to steer that system towards the south, eventually moving inland to Texas. So that's the setup with Bertha. Like I mentioned, no direct impacts for us in the CSRA, but it is keeping it very humid out there with that southerly flow leading to dew points in the 70s. Rain chances are still very limited though for tomorrow at 20%. It's really going to be that cold front that'll be our rainmaker as we go into Thursday through Saturday. Rain chances will be on the rise, and we do have the threat of some flash flooding along with some thunderstorms. So notice the slight risk of excessive rainfall for Thursday will be under a similar threat for Friday and Saturday as well. But let's start out with our feature cast tonight. Isolated showers in some of our northwestern counties. We also have some storms to the south of us, so those could move into our southeastern counties later on this evening. That's 9:30 tonight, and then by 11 o'clock we're all dry. We'll have some cloud cover overnight leading into our Wednesday morning, but Wednesday morning will be starting out dry. So here's the setup with Bertha. You can see it's centered over the coast, and then that continues to progress towards the west. We're watching this front that'll be moving in. Some isolated storms will be possible Wednesday afternoon and evening, but the bulk of the rain really doesn't look to get here until we get into Thursday evening. So there you can see Bertha just becoming a tropical depression, an area of low pressure, and we'll have low pressure developing over this frontal boundary across the area for us as well, leading to the cloud cover and the higher rain chances on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So I will say the highest chance of flooding does look to be in our northern counties, but we'll continue to fine-tune those rain totals for you. So mostly cloudy to start tomorrow. We'll be in the mid-70s. Then we'll be getting into the low to mid-90s tomorrow afternoon, topping off at 95. Then dropping into the upper 80s to low 90s with those higher rain chances. But like I mentioned, it will still be humid, so not getting a whole lot of heat relief. But then next week, mostly sunny conditions with the temperatures heating back into the mid-90s and those lower rain chances again, Sean.
All right, Jenna, thank you. Well, coming up, showing off humanoid robots. We have more on the Tech Show after this quick break.
April 1st through...
And this is pretty cool. Dancing robots may draw a crowd, but at a major tech show in China, the focus is on what they can actually do. More than 300 humanoid robots from Chinese companies were on display over the weekend, including machines built for factories, classrooms, and at home. Some folded clothes, organized household items, packed boxes, even tied shoelaces. Developers say robots are getting better at understanding their surroundings, making decisions, and completing everyday tasks. I think I need one of those. But that's all the time we have for this half hour, but we have so much more coverage you can count on coming up at 6, including more on data center regulations, what Augusta leaders are considering. We have those details coming up next.
The Line Viper 6 Neighborhood Network, powered by Tempest, is sponsored by Coleman Services. One name, two trades, no worries.